Welcome to the 2023-2024 MASL season for your Empire Strykers. Philly Panda and the Doctor are here. We are so excited to bring you another season of MASL soccer. Now change is something that's inevitable. Change is something every human being on this planet is going to face. And most people fear change. But here, as we are set to defend the Empire, we don't fear change.
We are ready for new challenges and ready to reach new heights and hoist that Ron Newman Cup trophy at the end of the season.
Yeah, change is great, and we're looking forward to it, but one thing that will not be changing, though, is, of course, your broadcast team. Billy, the Doctor, and, of course, me, Panda, will be here every game day helping you cheer on the Strykers.
We welcome you to this season. Come join us as we defend the Empire. Let's go, Empire Strykers!
If you want a job with purpose, where you can help others, serve your community, and move your career to the next level, check out National Core and the Hope Through Housing Foundation. At National Core, we specialize in affordable housing for individuals, families, seniors, and special populations. What does that mean for you? A chance to help families find a home, help our seniors live their retirement years in an affordable, clean, and safe environment, support our property management team in accounting, IT, compliance, asset management, or even marketing. You can even assist in building one of these amazing communities by joining our construction team. We operate properties in Southern California and across the U.S. in states like Texas and Florida. National Core and the Hope Through Housing Foundation have the best teams in the industry, and we're growing. We want you to grow with us. Explore your next career opportunities at National Core and the Hope Through Housing Foundation at nationalcore.org/jobs.
Baby, work it.
Here for giggles. Here for support. Here for healing. Here for courage. Here for moments. San Antonio Regional Hospital. Here for life.
It gives me such a great deal of pleasure to say we are coming to you live from beautiful Toyota Arena in Ontario, California for the home opener between the Empire Strykers and the defending Eastern Conference champion Baltimore Blast. We'd like to welcome all of you indoor soccer newbies, hello, and also welcome back to all you grizzled MASL veterans. My name is Christian Philemon, hereby known as Philly, and joining me for the fourth season here in the booth at Toyota Arena, my good friend, the man who puts a PhD in personality, the Dr. Jonathan Reimer.
Good evening, Philly. Good evening to everyone tuning in across Twitch land out there. Whether you are an MASL veteran or you're just here to see Marco Fabian dominate, we are so happy that you guys are joining us tonight. Make sure click that subscribe button on this Twitch channel so you can be with us all season long.
It's been about 259 days, not that I'm counting, since you and I were last here calling a regular season game between the Strykers and the Tacoma Stars. That was a game in which the Strykers unfortunately lost. Unbeknownst to us, it would be our final game here in Toyota Arena as the Empire Strykers failed to qualify for the playoffs for the second consecutive season since advancing to the Ron Newman Cup Finals in 2021. Now, jokingly, over the course of the offseason, we were talking about how changes needed to be made because, Doctor, what's the definition of insanity?
Doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results.
But surprisingly, even to us, is the fact that not only do we have a new executive vice president, a new head coach, a new staff, and with the exception of ourselves and half a dozen players, a brand new Empire Strykers team.
It was an awkward day, I would say, coming into the arena today to see so many new faces, but we're excited about the direction this team is going in. Let's be honest, there are some very familiar faces still on this Empire Strykers roster. Mr. Empire himself, Izzy Cisse, is still here with us. Local legend, Justin Stinson. A lot more names you're going to recognize and some names you are going to come to love throughout the course of this season.
One of the biggest news factors that occurred was Paul Wright, the legendary San Diego soccer player with 7 rings to his repertoire, taking over for head coach Jimmy Norberg, who moved up to executive vice president. Now, Paul Wright brings a plethora of experience to this young Empire Strykers team. He was no doubt a legend as a player, but the question is, can he utilize some of that magic he had as a player and push it onto the clipboard?
Well, it's going to be a tough challenge for him. We know speed was a massive part of his game. It is hard to teach speed, but conditioning is one thing that this team has always prided itself on, and that tradition continues under Mr. Wright, and it's great to see these guys out there working it and hopefully able to outleg their opponent in the second half tonight.
One of the biggest bits of news hitting global media was the signing of legendary player Marco Fabian. For those of you who don't know him, he's going to be wearing the number 33 tonight. This is a man who's played in 2 World Cups, who has an Olympic gold medal, who had a legendary career at Chivas de Guadalajara in Liga MX, played at Eintracht Frankfurt in the Bundesliga, hoisting up some silverware there, played at MLS with the Philadelphia Union, and most recently in Andorra. And while a lot of you may be familiar with him and some of you who don't, this is a massive signing, not only from his technical ability as an attacking midfielder, but obviously global eyes are on Marco Fabian. You don't play 43 games for Mexico and in 2 World Cups and not be known in Southern California.
Oh, and there is a whole lot more in addition to Marco Fabian. Stay tuned tonight, folks, because we're going to help introduce you to all these new Empire Strykers tonight as they take on the Eastern Conference champ Baltimore Blast. It's going to be a fun one, folks.
The Baltimore Blast had another magical season last year, heading into the finals, succumbing to the eventual champion Chihuahua Savage. Over the course of their offseason, they faced some tumultuous times as well. Former general manager Gianni Tuminello busted for embezzling $500,000 from the club. This obviously created some chaos within the club itself. Stalwarts like Lucas Roque no longer on the team. William Vanzella no longer on the team. Melo dealing with the biggest enemy this league has had, Mr. Visa, first name P1, Nelson Santana, no Vinny Dantas. But this is a team that, despite the troubles that it's had, a team that can make some noise and cause some damage in the MASL.
Well, they're off to a rough start, 0-2, 2 losses at home to start the season. Philly, I'm excited for this one. It's going to be a fun one tonight.
Absolutely. So many things to unwrap, and we will over the course of this game. Do me a favor, get up off of that couch, grab yourself a cold one. It's Friday, and get ready to hang out with Philly and the Doctor. We will be back in just a moment with the kickoff.
Allen.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Once again, that is Meredith
Soccer
Allen.
League is proud to welcome you to MASL Soccer on Twitch. Send us a message in tonight's Twitch chat, and we might just read it live on the broadcast. Make sure to @ the Empire Strykers. That way you catch my attention, as we do have a fantastic game playing out in front of us. And folks, of course, if you want to see a game live, visit Sports Illustrated Tickets for the best tickets to see the MASL action in your favorite arenas, now without fees at checkout. Joining me, the voice of Empire, Mr. Christian Philly Philemon. Good evening, sir.
Thank you, my friend. I can't believe we are back here. I said it during the intro. 259 days ago was when we were last here for a regular season game, and I'm beyond ecstatic that you and I are back here at the helm at Toyota Arena to watch two great teams go at it. And Doc, looking down at the turf, it's so amazing to me how many new faces we have here on the Empire. No Frank Tayu, he's in Utica. No Chris Toth, he's in Tacoma. Jesus Pacheco, we'll see him as a member of the Baltimore Blast. No Uzi Tayu, he's down in Mesquite. No Nestor, he's in Dallas. No Mo Ndiaye, Utica City. And no Gabriel Costa, he's down in San Diego. And what, 6 players come back to this Empire team? Brand spanking new team with a new head coach. This is going to be a wild season for us.
It is. I think the acclimation period down south of the border, where they were baptized in fire in those first 2 games, a good road trip, a perfect way for the team to come together and galvanize throughout the course of the early stages in the season. Saw it come to fruition in that game in St. Louis, where this team finally clawed out and got their first win of the season. And I think they're going to come out firing tonight versus the Baltimore Blast.
I mean, you bring up a really good point. I mean, over the first 2 games down in Mexico, this team only scored 3 times. But in St. Louis, they not only found the back of the net on 8 occasions, they had 7 different players score. So could this team be much deeper than we have anticipated? I don't know. But obviously bringing Claude Dielna into the lineup is big. We're going to see the likes of Garrett Bloom, who was an all-star at the TST tournament. Ask Chris Toth. Garrett Bloom scored a hat trick against him during that tournament. And obviously, Marco Fabian, and I know what a lot of you players and people are thinking. We've seen the legendary outdoor player come within the indoor game and not necessarily make an impact. But after speaking to head coach Paul Wright on Wednesday, Paul said at the end of practice that Marco looked like he had been playing this game for a while. Now, practice is one thing. Can that translate to a real game?
We are about to find out, just moments away from seeing the debut for the indoor game for one Marco Fabian. I am super excited about this, Philly.
A couple of milestones to keep an eye on. Israel Cisse, he has been here longer than anybody else has for this franchise. He is 3 points shy of 100 points, Israel Cisse. And Tony Donatelli, the legendary Baltimore Blast player, 1 point shy of 300. Can he do it? Can Cisse get 3 points? Those are a couple of storylines to keep an eye on.
Jess 9999999 wants to know, where is Panda? Panda is our sideline reporter, and so shockingly, she is down on the sidelines. We will hear more from Panda throughout the course of the broadcast today, but thank you for chiming in there, Jess. Appreciate you looking out for the lovely Amanda the Panda Filament, and we will certainly be hearing from her in just a moment.
We're always going to want to see Panda. Let's talk about the starting lineups. Doctor, what do we have for Empire?
In goal, Brandon Gomez, off to a great start to the season, has faced a barrage of shots. He is second in the league in saves right now. Justin Stinson anchoring the midfield with Alan Perez, Marco Fabian, Izzy Cisse, and Claude Delin rounding out the starters for the Strykers.
And we are underway for the home opener here in Toyota Arena. This is the first home game. Obviously, it's a home opener for the Empire Strykers, and only the first road game for the Baltimore Blast. It's quite shocking that they started the season 0-2, considering how dominant they were at home.
Well, Secu Arena is such a fortress, right? We expect the Blast to always perform admirably there. They lost 2 games at home in all of last season, a season in which we need to remind you they finished as the Eastern Conference champions and ended up going to the Ron Newman Cup Finals. They've already lost as many games at home this year as they lost all of last year, just 2 games into the season.
A storied franchise, not only going back to the days of the Missile, but obviously within this inception of MASL, they have won the Ron Newman Cup title on 3 occasions, making it to the finals on 2 others, losing last season to the Chihuahua Savage. And obviously they've had some turnovers. We see a foul there on Justin Stinson, committed by number 22, Juan Pereira. But look, even though they've lost 2 games this season, and they are one of 2 teams all year that have gone without a win, it's early in the season. I would never count the Baltimore Blast out.
So speaking of those that we can count out of today's performance, Lucas Roque, Howard Miller Jr., Randy Martinez, and Riley Uri, all unavailable for the Empire Strykers tonight. On the Baltimore side of the field, Victor Pereiras, Mike Diesel, Jonatas Mello, Jack Shearer, and Ozzy Anong all did not make the trip out from Baltimore.
I still can't get over the fact that I'm looking down on the turf and I'm seeing Jesus Pacheco wearing a color that isn't Empire Strykers. He's had his entire career in the MASL here in Ontario, California. And last season, he had a career year in terms of goals, and he's looking to have a big season as a part of a different franchise.
We really got to see Jesus Pacheco, Sweet Pea as we affectionately refer to him, blossom into a high-caliber player throughout the course of our tenure with the franchise here. To see Sweet Pea rise to, I believe he had 14 goals last season. An admirable step in the right direction for P, and it's a shame to see him suiting up for another team, but we wish him all the best. Maybe not this evening, but throughout the course of the rest of the season for sure.
See Stefan Mijatovic on the ball. He just came into the Empire Strykers this season, having had a cup of coffee with Utica City. There's a ball picked up by Anthony Wright. Anthony Wright, some academy football over in Nottingham Forest in the English Premier League. I mean, there's so many new players on there. We talk about Mijatovic. There were so many people in Utica that were sad to see him go. Obviously, Empire lost a big player in Frank Tayu. But just seeing how upset people in Utica were, I'm wondering if Empire got the better side of the trade.
You know, I mean, there's a few other faces we want to mention as well, too.
And there's a shot saved by Brandon Gomez. Brandon Gomez in between the pipes this season, taking over. Chris Toth was the starting goalkeeper last season. He is back up in the Pacific Northwest for the Tacoma Stars. And while the GAA for Brandon Gomez, not necessarily one you would wink at confidently, he is tied for second place, just 1 save shy of having the most saves of any keepers in the MASL.
Well, I mean, you look across today, I mean, certainly Brandon Gomez's 7.27 goals against average is not an admirable number. But looking across the field today, you've got Quantrell Jones sitting at 10.2 and Zierhofer at 7.55. So you would have to say advantage Strykers in that regard. Although certainly not stellar back of the card numbers across the board. Early season numbers we expect to move towards a mean sooner rather than later. Out there on the pitch right now is a great story. Bryce Watson. You see him down there rocking number 77 as he immediately goes to the bench as soon as I start talking about him. Great job there, Jonathan.
Broadcaster's curse.
Really cool. He got picked up from the Kings Cup with Frank Tayu and came in and tried out for the Strykers and has now made the team.
Israel Cisse picking things up, getting past the defensive end, and that ball's going to come out of play. Israel Cisse has had the longest tenure out of any member of this franchise, this organization. What a phenomenal career he's had. Coming over to the United States from Sierra Leone, playing as a member of the LA Galaxy. Could you imagine graduating high school, Doctor, and having your locker right next to the legendary David Beckham on the LA Galaxy? Israel Cisse has seen a lot of things in his career, and we are certainly thrilled to have him back at the Empire, 3 points shy of a career 100.
Hoping to see El Capitan cross that century mark tonight. That would be really, really cool.
We're looking at Justin Stinson sporting a fresh hairdo. Justin Stinson, one of the most elite midfielders here in the MASL and one of the few players that has stuck around. I think I mentioned this during the opening game discussion. Only a half a dozen players remain on this Empire Strykers team that played last season.
Looks like we are seeing his striker debut for one Garrett Bloom out there, a new draftee making his first minutes here for the Empire Strykers. He was nursing a knock beginning of the season. Good to see him up and ready for the home opener here.
Yeah, absolutely love this kid. Played in Conference USA for the Memphis Tigers. Stood out at the TST, and there's an attempt. And Juan Pereira finds the back of the net, drawing first blood for the Baltimore Blast. Doctor, walk us through the first goal of this game.
Well, as we were singing the praises of one Garrett Bloom, he gets absolutely cooked here in his first few minutes. Completely beat down the edge. He does a good job of trying to shuffle his defender to the wall there, but does a poor job of keeping pace with him. Easily works his way around and finds the back of the net. And those are the kind of mistakes we expect players to make early on in the season here, and stuff that I'm sure the coaching team will look to lock up as we move on.
Look, you got Brazil representing here. You got the assist by Adriano Dos Santos, a legend here in this game from Rio de Janeiro, connecting with Juan Pereira from Sao Paulo, Brazil. Juan Pereira, obviously a big fixture for this Baltimore Blast team, and no one will forget that game-winning goal to beat the Monterey Flash in the finals in 2017-2018. Juan Pereira draws first blood here at Toyota Arena. There's a battle on the boards between Stinson and Pacheco. That's interesting. I mean, these guys were not only best friends, they went out together. I rarely ever saw Stinson without Pacheco off the turf and on the turf, Doc.
I believe they were roommates for a season as well, too, and now squaring off against each other. Just one of the many eccentricities of this, the beautiful indoor game.
Brandon Gomez looking to get by Rafa Araujo. Not Aruzio. Ball comes into Mijatovic. Again, congratulations to him, defender of the week. Ball comes into Gerardo Jurado, the former San Diego Soccer. Doctor.
A lot of talk. I'm going to interrupt you here. I'm just saying,
Okay.
A lot of talk has been about Stefan Mijatovic and his addition
Stefan.
to the back line. To me, I think one of the unsung signings of the offseason for the Empire Strykers was that of Gerardo Jurado, who was an excellent player in his time in San Diego and has already stepped up massively in a short stint here with the Strykers, but someone we expect to see very big things from throughout the course of this season. 1
goal and 4 assists already in the first 3 games for the Empire Strykers. Head coach Paul Wright is going to be looking for a lot of things out of Gerardo Jurado.
If I was to say 3 games into the season, who is your points leader for the Empire Strykers? I don't think many people at the onset of the season would have guessed Gerardo Jurado would be that exact person, and lo and behold, here we are, 4th game of the season, point leader for your Empire Strykers, none other than Jurado.
But we also got to mention the fact that a nice pass from Fabian into Adam James past the yellow line. That ball gets taken away by the Baltimore Blast. The leading scorer of this Empire Strykers team, Doctor, Abdul Mansoure. He is not in the lineup today as he is suffering from an illness. We hope that he gets better. There's a shot, just above the crossbar.
Great
Looks like
job
that was Patrick Thompson.
Brandon Gomez doing a great job just getting himself big there, blocking off the access to the goal, forcing the shot to go high. Great stuff we've seen from Gomez so far.
Absolutely. Patrick Thompson, he's played a long time in Baltimore, had some time with the Heat, Syracuse Silver Knights, shout out to that franchise, and of course Utica City. Last season, 19 games played, found the back of the net 8 times and 2 assists, and there's a ball that goes into the netting. And it looks like we're heading to our first media timeout, Doctor.
And our first official shot recorded by one other than Marco Fabian. Exciting. Folks, we'd like to thank Ken D as the official supplier of the MASL's game ball. The MASL is proud to partner with an American company to provide all of our game balls. We will be right back on the other side of this break after just a moment.
Every tile, every building, every home touched by Cement Pro stands as a testament to our unwavering dedication to excellence. Our mortars offer an easy application and unparalleled bond strength. Our grouts boast 32 vibrant colors. Water protection additives are built for longevity. From leveling to waterproofing, our surface preps reign supreme. Perfection in every layer. Cement Pro, proud partner of the Empire Strykers. Go Striker!
If you want a job with purpose, where you can help others, serve your community, and move your career to the next level, check out National Corps and the Hope Through Housing Foundation. At National Corps, we specialize in affordable housing for individuals, families, seniors, and special populations. What does that mean for you? A chance to help families find a home, help our seniors live their retirement years in an affordable, clean, and safe environment, support our property management team in accounting, IT, compliance, asset management, or even marketing. You can even assist in building one of these amazing communities by joining our construction team. We operate properties in Southern California and across the U.S. in states like Texas and Florida. National Corps and the Hope Through Housing Foundation have the best teams in the industry, and we're growing. We want you to grow with us. Explore your next career opportunities at National Corps and the Hope Through Housing Foundation at nationalcorps.org/jobs.
MASLsoccer.com is your home for everything Major Arena Soccer League. All the latest news, leaderboards, highlights, and more. Check out MASLsoccer.com. And folks, if you need the perfect gift for the MASL fan in your life, visit MASLsoccer.com/shop to browse our team's online stores. Put some indoor soccer under your tree this winter.
I love the fact that indoor soccer is back. Again, 259 days since you and I had the ability to be here. You and I had the...
Not true.
No, well, regular season. We were here for the USA-Mexico game in September, but that's a different animal.
That was a lot of fun, wasn't it?
That was a lot of fun, but it's obviously a lot of fun being here in Toyota Arena with you. You see Israel Cisse making a play on the ball. Marco Fabian in the corner, taking that away. Adriano Dos Santos passing it in, and there's an attempt saved by Brandon Gomez. Another attempt saved by Gomez again. He punches it out of the box. Gomez is starting to pile on those saves. We said he was number 2 in the league with saves, only one shy of being the league leader. And look, he's been peppered all season long, and he's been making some brilliant saves. He is a rookie in this league, Doc, but he was a fantastic keeper for the LA Force in Niza last season.
I mean, certainly a few notable players have come to the Strikers through the LA Force, Gabriel Costa being one of them. And so hopefully a similar impact for Brandon Gomez as last year's newcomer of the year, Gabriel Costa, had for the Strikers.
And that was Claude Dielno with the header. He got his first goal in his MASL career last week against the St. Louis Ambush. Here's a player he's had one heck of a career, playing in Liga 1 in France, playing in Romania, playing in the MLS for the Portland Timbers and the New England Revolution. He is a force defensively for the Strikers, and he's got one heck of a boot on him. And that ball gets deflected out of play, out of the danger zone.
Dielna right there, his first attempt at a through ball into the 9. That was a great, great look right there, and an example of what Claude's going to bring throughout the course of this season.
Gerardo looking to make his move past Jesus Pacheco, connecting with Adam James, one of the few players that played for the Empire Strykers last season.
It's great to see Adam back after the emergency appendectomy surgery that he scarily had to have in Chihuahua, Mexico last year during a road trip for the Strikers. You know, I mean, it was a dark day for all of us there south of the border. To see him recovered back, you know, scoring points for this team, just fantastic stuff.
But still, we talked about it last season. Kudos to everybody at Chihuahua. They took care of Adam James. They took care of our club. I love the people down in Chihuahua. I've got nothing but praise to speak about them in their city. You got to go check out a game at Corner Sports Arena. And I don't just say that because anybody's telling me to. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. They took care of Adam James, and we are really appreciative of it.
You know, similar story with Adriano Dos Santos, who was out most of last year with injury as well, too. It's great to see him back for the Baltimore Blast as well, too. That is a huge, huge part of their shape.
Mo Guy, who had about a handful of games for the Empire Strykers get stripped by Juan Pereira. He returns the favor by picking his pocket. Gerardo connects with Mijatovic past the midfield. Mijatovic looking to get by a couple of players. There's an attempt. Stefan! No goal. The foul occurred just across the yellow line. Stefan Mijatovic made a heck of a move, but that ball's going to come back, much to the chagrin of Mijatovic.
Well, I don't think many of the customers here tonight were aware that a foul had been called. This place exploded with the goal, and unfortunately, it was whistled back.
I told him earlier today that we were looking for a hat trick and 4 big blocks out of him, and he said, no problem, Philly. I had that in mind, so let's see if he capitalizes on it.
Great crowd in the arena tonight. We heard that there were some Ticketmaster issues, but the early reporting showed 3,700 tickets sold, with about 1,300 not reported, according to our sources. And obviously, it always looks a bit Spartan here in Toyota Arena. It seats well over 10,000 here. So given the fact that we got folks in the upper bowl, lower bowl, all sections of the stadium, it's a great turnout for the home opener here.
Absolutely, and it's only going to get better. The signing of Marco Fabian is a big deal, not only from the perspective of social media followers, but here in Southern California, anytime the United States plays Mexico, it's always going to be a Mexico home game. And Marco Fabian had so many unbelievable matches with El Tri. Again, a gold medal, 2 World Cups. I mean, he's had a storied career, and love to see what he can do and help this franchise with.
Well, just judging by the number of my amigos mexicanos that have hit me up for some free tickets for a chance to come out and see Marco, you can tell that the pulse of the community is pretty hot right now on the arrival of one Marco Fabian.
Hey, it's all good. Bring your friends. We'd love to see you all at Toyota Arena. If you're watching at home, wondering what MASL is about, it's the greatest show on turf. We love this game. Obviously, it doesn't conflict with Major League Soccer, as Major League Soccer is over. Congratulations to the Columbus Crew. MASL is back in full effect, and we couldn't be more thrilled to give you tonight's game.
Amen to that.
Ball comes into Claude Diel. Now, look, I'm looking down on the turf, and a lot of these Strykers players are sporting that amazing purple hair. I had a lot of purple hair last season, but I can only get away with going platinum this season, Doctor, because the office isn't very thrilled if I go purple.
Yeah, I could see that. Hey, look, Yargle, I'm just going to say, look, we don't give away things for channel points.
Oh, and we've got a goal of Strykers. Capitalize. It's a 1-1 game. I absolutely missed what happened. Doctor, for the first time this season, I hope the first time of many, give us the news.
Well, it looks like an own goal here against the Blast. Let's get another look here as we see at the top. Claude settles on the ball, dekes a little, plays it over to Jurado here on the corner. He's got Mogai up top there, fires the ball in, and it is indeed an own goal. Looking for Adam James at the back post there. That's going to be 100% off Baltimore and on its way in. Strykers will take it nonetheless. Jurado is going to get credit for this goal, but I don't think at the end of the day it's going to go that way.
Well, if he does get the credit, that's going to be his 2nd goal of the season and his 6th point. At the end of the day, an own goal. Look, you don't care where it comes from. Either way, this game is tied at 1 with 2 minutes and 8 seconds left to go here in the first quarter.
Ooh, almost a deflection in on goal there. Brandon Gomez got to be careful.
See Quentin Swift into the game. Quentin Swift, another player, along with Stefan Mijatovic, coming in from Utica City. And shout out to all our friends in Utica. We miss you. We love you. We're looking forward to seeing you.
One thing you will notice about the MASL games this year, slightly different from last year, we do have 3 officials on the field for today. Brian Miller, Servano Berna, and Brian Elliott all out there as part of this new 3 official rule for MASL, trying to mimic what you see in the NBA, perhaps, my friend.
No, you're right. So there's about 10 more games left in this trial basis, and afterwards, from what I've been told by Commissioner Keith Tozer, the owners are going to look to comment, vote on it. But if you look at what the NBA has done, you had 2 refs that were focused on the ball and nobody focusing on what was going off, which obviously you see a lot of things. And in MASL, a fast game where so much occurs, I like the fact that there are another set of eyes on it. Keep in mind that this is a new thing, and, well, it might not be well received at first. It might not be perfected at first, but you got to love the fact that this league is trying out new things to make the game faster and make the game flow better.
Yeah, one thing about MASL, look, they're constantly looking to improve, test out ideas. I know change is not always the easiest thing for people to stomach, and certainly the MASL fans could be held accountable to that as well too. But if it helps the game be officiated more accurately, I think we're all supporters.
Pereira looking to get by Bryce, and there's an attempt kicked out by Brandon Gomez.
Gomez was so casual with that save.
Nunez into Fabian, and it's Zierhofer to break that play up, but we have a whistle down on the turf.
Yeah, it's going to be a foul there against Anthony Wright. It's going to be against the Blast. Will be Strykers' ball at the feet of Stinson here, just inside the halfway mark. So close to seeing Marco Fabian get on the end of that through ball. Great job by Zierhofer to come out and clear that one out.
The captain, Israel Cisse, passing it over past the yellow line into Justin Stinson. Stinson boxed in. Ball comes into Anthony Wright. Connects in with Fabian. He's going to kick it back out to Wright. Wright coming in from the Nottingham Forest Academy. Cisse, as we mentioned earlier, 3 points away from 100 in his career. Fabian passing in battle. And that's going to be the end of the first quarter, folks. The score deadlocked at 1. It's been a fun one these first 15 minutes in Toyota Arena. It is the Empire Strykers 1 and the Baltimore Blast 1.
On our way out, we'd like to thank San Antonio Regional Hospital for being a proud sponsor to the Empire Strykers, keeping our community strong, healthy, and active for 115 years. San Antonio Regional Hospital, here for life. And we will be back here for the start of the second quarter after this.
Here for giggles. Here for support. Here for healing. Here for courage. Here for moments. San Antonio Regional Hospital. Here for life.
Baby, work it.
Every tile, every building, every home touched by Cement Pro stands as a testament to our unwavering dedication to excellence. Our mortars offer an easy application and unparalleled bond strength. Our grouts boast 32 vibrant colors. Water protection additive are built for longevity. From leveling to waterproofing, our surface preps reign supreme. Perfection in every layer. Cement Pro, proud partner of the Empire Strykers. Go Strykers!
Well, welcome back to Toyota Arena, folks. The score is still deadlocked at 1-1. We had a goal to start things off by Juan Pereira, number 22, and while Gerardo is going to get the credit for the goal, we're being told that it was an own goal by Moy Gonzalez, number 9 of the Baltimore Blast.
Of course, there are no own goals in MASL. Shooters always get the credit, so that one will go down as Gerardo Jurado's second goal of the season for his team-leading 6th point of the season. And what a pickup he's turned out to be.
No, absolutely. Last season, he only featured 12 times for the San Diego Sockers, scored 2 goals, had 1 assist. He's already having a career year, but when you look at how stacked San Diego has been, not only last year, the year before, and obviously this year, it's no wonder why we got a hold of him, and he's hungry and eager to feature and to contribute to this Empire Strykers team, and well, he's contributing a lot. 6 points so far in the first 3 games of the season. 4 games, I should say.
3.25, maybe 0.27. All right, whatever. Anyway, I digress.
And there he is pressuring Zierhofer. That ball is going to come out of play into the Strykers bench. It's going to be a drop ball.
Get the latest news on the MASL and your favorite teams by following MASL Soccer on Facebook and Instagram and MASL Arena on Twitter.
Mijatovic has it in the midfield, connecting with Justin Stinson. I love Stinson's hair. He's always got a fresh haircut. There's an attempt by Claude Dielna, and that's going to get deflected out and out of play. You wonder, just based on the color, was Monsters Incorporated the inspiration for Justin Stinson's hair? If not, he's a genius. But if so, I respect it nevertheless.
Claude Dielna also with a pretty...
And Zierhofer out of his zone, and that was an interesting display. Close call for the Baltimore Blast. Ball's going to come in chested by Dielna into Justin Stinson. He's facing pressure. Back to Claude.
As I was about to say, joining the hair club for men, Claude Dielna doing a great job with the purple look. So Bryce Watson as well, too. Star of Kings Cup on the bench. Some great purple hair as well, too. Stinson outshining him, though, with the, you're right, the Monsters, Inc. look. I think I'm drawing a blank on the name of the character here. Help me out, Philly.
You can't say that they're part of the hair club for men because that's part of a group of men. Well, they're losing their hair. None of these players are losing their hair. If there's anybody losing their hair, it's me with the amount of times I've fried it with all my dye jobs.
All right, well, looks like perhaps Coach Wright and Adam James will avoid the wrath today.
Fair enough. That ball's going to come into Zierhofer. We had the honor and privilege of seeing Zierhofer last season when he came in as the starting goalkeeper for the Baltimore Blast. If you look at what happened last season between these two teams, they split their season. Obviously, Empire won here 6-5. It was an overtime game winner by Justin Stinson. And, well, the Strykers lost on the campus at Towson State 6-4. You had goals by Mello. You had an unbelievable game by Van Zell, an unbelievable game by Mo Ndiaye. The Strykers fell to the Blast 6-4. And, well, these teams haven't seen each other that much over these past few seasons, but it's been competitive nonetheless. See Moy Gonzalez there off of the boards, and there's an attempt, and it finds the back of the net. I believe that's number 17, Jamie Thomas. The numbers are hard to see right there, but they look to strike, and Baltimore is up 2-1.
Shouts to Brian Como. We got ourselves our first call for a Wallace scorer. Just a beautiful little touch against the boards, right back out into the middle of the box where it's put home perfectly, tucked to the far post, and Baltimore have reclaimed the 1-goal lead, 2-1 here in the second.
Jamie Thomas from Silver Springs, Maryland, a 4-year starter at a school that I grew up loving, St. John's University, in his 7th season with the Baltimore Blast, had some time with the second team of the New York Red Bull, and he capitalizes, finding the back of the net, putting up his Blast team 2-1 here in Toyota Arena.
And recording his first goal of the season. Congratulations, Jamie Thomas.
Last season in 23 games, he had 9 goals, 8 assists, 17 points. Dielna with a massive shot, and Claude Dielna, an absolute golazo, Doctor! Give us the news!
It was just a matter of time before these new Strykers stars put their stamp on this game. Claude Dielna does it with authority. 10 feet beyond the yellow. Smash all the way to the top right corner. Great job, Claude Dielna.
Alex Bashchavansky, if this isn't on your goals of the week, I don't know what you're doing, brother. Claude Dielna scoring in his 2nd straight game. One heck of a goal by the rookie for this MASL Empire Strykers team.
It's a little odd calling Claude Dielna a rookie after all his time in Ligue 1 and so many other places, MLS, Romania, but a star by any other name here in the MASL, proven that outdoor to indoor transition is alive and well here in Empire. And with that, the score is knotted up at 2.
That was one heck of a goal, you're right. It is weird calling the Grizzly veteran himself a rookie, but look, outdoor is one different game. Indoor is a completely different element. But in the short time that Claude Dielna has played indoor soccer, he has made a massive impact for Paul Wright's Empire Strykers team.
Philly, we have a massive, massive revelation in the chat here. MASL Media 2 is responsible for the goals of the week. It is not one Alex Bashchavansky. We have erroneously thrown our Canadian friend under the bus here.
Well, MASL_2, I'm not going to out you. I don't know what your identity is, but
I mean,
Put that on your goals of the week, baby.
We do, but I mean, and maybe we don't. Maybe we don't. All right. We'll leave it at that.
Mijatovic is going to kick it back to Brandon Gomez, the former NISA LA Force player. Connects with Adam James. Adam James doing a great job getting out of danger.
Shouts to the homie Alex Bastiavansky. Catch MASL Monday every Monday night exclusively on Twitch with none other than Hey Yo Phil Levanko and Alex Bastiavansky to recap all the weekend's game in action.
I got a bone to pick with Hey Yo Phil. He said he doesn't believe in the Empire. There's an attempt by Stefan Mijatovic, and that gets blocked by Rick Cardinho. Yo, Phil, you better believe in the Empire, brother, because we certainly do.
I mean, he's a New Yorker. They've never been known to have strong opinions that were wildly off base. Am I correct?
I mean, I'm a fellow New Yorker, and, Hey Yo Phil and I are both suckers for punishment, Jets and Mets fans. I love you, Phil. I'm just calling you out because, well, I love you. That's all it is to it. 10 minutes and 37 seconds left to go here in this first half, second quarter. The score's still dead even at 2-2.
Philly, it's getting wild. You're now being held ransom in the chat by MASL2. They say that you owe them a USA scarf, and until they get their USA scarf.
There's an attempt by Justin Stinson, misses. All right, I know who he is now. I'm not. Oh, there's an attempt, another block by the Baltimore Blast. I'll get you that scarf, I promise. I've just been busy within Major League Soccer. LAFC has eaten up a lot of my life this past year. I'll get you that scarf, I promise. Stinson over to Fabian. Fabian Sport, number 33. That gets taken away. Picked up by Quentin Swift. Q Swift passing over to Anthony Wright.
You know, you and I might have passion in spades, but free time is certainly something that you and I both lack.
I think between Empire Strykers and college basketball, I'm calling 40 games between here and March Madness. But I love what I do. Oh, and that's going to be a foul against Juan Pereira. You're not going to take down Marco Fabian like that without getting the official to blow a whistle.
I mean, almost our first Smurf sighting of this early season here at Toyota Arena.
And contrary to some, we were the first to come up with that term.
There are other broadcasters out there in this league claiming to have coined the Smurf sighting phrase. I will just say that I believe the record indicates that was originated by this broadcast team right here. You're darn right.
Yeah, sorry, folks. We called the Smurf blue card well before the end of the other broadcast team got into this league. And shout out to them. Not going to out them. I love them. But, hey, we're the first proprietors of the term Smurf. Gerardo has it. Kicking it back over to Israel Cisse. Cisse into Dielna, who scored the second goal of this game. Off of the boards, into the captain. Cisse battling with Ricardinho. Kicking it back out to Dielna. You know, I got to say, over the course of the first two games, the passing, rather suspect for the Empire. They have continued to improve time and time again. Here in this fourth game, they look like a much different team than what we saw to see the start of the season.
And I think it was wildly obvious to anyone watching those two games south of the border that this Empire team just was not together yet. And the passing is certainly one of the biggest indicators of not knowing where your teammate's going to be as that pass goes erroneously to no one on the boards. They're broadcaster's curse.
Moy Gonzalez with some space to run. Moy's going to connect with Pereira, and he finds the back of the net. A brilliant counter, brilliant passing. Baltimore strikes again and scored 3-2. Doctor, walk us through that goal.
Oh, what a fantastic play here by Baltimore to find the back man. Despite pressure coming down along the boards here, just a brilliant pass out to the wide open man for a tap in at the back post. Greatly worked by the Baltimore Blast here. And a couple opportunities for the Strikers to get back defensively. They cannot rise to the occasion. And with Baltimore reclaims the lead for the third time tonight, it is now 3-2 Blast.
Juan Pereira getting his second goal of the game and putting his Blast up by one with 8 minutes and 27 seconds left to go here in the second quarter.
Juan Pereira comes into the night with 3 assists and no goals. He's already got himself a brace and up to 5 points on the season.
Mijatovic connecting it with his new best friend on the Empire Strykers, Justin Stinson.
Two of them have been thick as thieves ever since he arrived. It's great to see Mijatovic acclimating to this Strikers team and that he's found a close friend in Stinson, especially knowing that Pacheco had taken off and Stinson was sort of without his best buddy. It's just great to see the camaraderie building amongst this Empire team.
I don't know if you guys got to see the walk-ins by any of these players, but the drip that Steph had walking into Toyota Arena, I got to admit, I looked at it and I was pretty impressed.
You and Panda are the fashionable ones here. I will see myself out of that conversation.
Ball comes into Alan Perez, who had a phenomenal game against St. Louis, and there's a save by Zierhofer. Pacheco. It still blows my mind seeing him on another team. Gerardo. Back in Alan Perez, off of the boards. That ball comes high into the air between Adriano Dos Santos and Zierhofer. There's a little miscommunication. Wright has it into Stinson, past the yellow line. Yellow with Dos Santos in front of him. Boxed in by Dos Santos and Donatelli. Kicks it back out to Mijatovic. Mijatovic into Gerardo Jurado. And even the defense by the Empire Strykers is vastly improved since the first game of the season, Doc. I think Paul Wright has this team firing on some cylinders.
I mean, look, Paul Wright obviously knows a thing or two about this game, being a 7-time champion.
And Mo Guy with a shot, saved by Zierhofer.
It was just going to be a matter of time until he started to get some of those ideas connecting for this team. It's no surprise.
Zierhofer, an amazing story. Club soccer at Clemson University, found his way onto the varsity team, and Clemson, the national champions in the NCAA this past week. The fact that Zierhofer can lay claim to having played at that fine institution, coming from club soccer, I absolutely respect the hell out of this kid. 11 games played last season, started 7. He's going to be a keeper to keep an eye on for the Baltimore Blast. Obviously, Quantrell Jones started the last game against Utica City, but got a relationship with Zierhofer, having watched him here last year against the Empire Strykers. He is a fine keeper.
A super nice guy, too. Second he walked into the arena today, all smiles, handshakes, and hugs for us. It's always great when, the opposing team comes in. We always try and go down there and greet everybody, and not always to the warmest of reception, but a great reception from the Blast players was lovely to see tonight.
It's a big shot by Dielna, just above Zierhofer, off the plexi. Baltimore retains possession. Ricardinho kicking it over to Dos Santos. I'm really happy that I know what these players look like, because I got to tell you, by looking at their numbers from way up here, it's hard to see them from where we are. But having called and seen Baltimore play on a number of occasions, makes it a lot easier to call the Blast.
I'm going to summon my inner Craig Elston here and get mad at somebody's equipment manager for what is, frankly, a poor design to the back of the kit. Please give the numbers some contrast, people. It's not asking too much.
Perez has it, shot off of the boards. Stinson has it. Looking to get by. Stinson with a shot deflected and kicked out of danger by Ricardinho. Over the midfield, Anthony Wright has it. 5 minutes to go here in the second quarter. The Blast still up on the Empire Strykers by a score of 3-2. Fabian to Stinson. Fabian, and just missing. This place would have erupted. It erupted when they announced Marco Fabian in the starting lineup. This place would lose its mind if Fabian scores in his first game.
Oh, so close right there. It's been a couple times he's been on the end of it, but I think we just saw him on the dribble right there. Absolutely smoke his defender. I mean, this is the kind of skill set we expect to see throughout the course of this season from Marco. And obviously with any striker, it's going to take them a little bit of time before they get their shooting boots on. Something we expect to see a few shots off target here early on in the season, but looking forward to it. Folks, we're going to head to a media timeout. On our way out, we'd like to remind you to join the Hope Through Housing Foundation in empowering children and families in the Inland Empire and beyond through after-school programs and financial coaching. To learn more to see how Hope is making a difference, visit hopethroughhousing.org. Back in just a moment, folks.
If you want a job with purpose, where you can help others, serve your community, and move your career to the next level, check out National Core and the Hope Through Housing Foundation. At National Core, we specialize in affordable housing for individuals, families, seniors, and special populations. What does that mean for you? A chance to help families find a home, help our seniors live their retirement years in an affordable, clean, and safe environment, support our property management team in accounting, IT, compliance, asset management, or even marketing. You can even assist in building one of these amazing communities by joining our construction team. We operate properties in Southern California and across the U.S. in states like Texas and Florida. National Core and the Hope Through Housing Foundation have the best teams in the industry, and we're growing. We want you to grow with us. Explore your next career opportunities at National Corps and the Hope Through Housing Foundation at nationalcorps.org/jobs.
The Empire Strykers would like to express our gratitude to our official city partners. These individual cities have made a commitment to the Strykers organization for the betterment of the Inland Empire. Thank you to the cities of Ontario, Upland, Rancho Cucamonga, Fontana, and Eastvale.
Doc, coming out of the media timeout, we had the Kiss Cam going on. The fans at home didn't get to see it, but the Kiss Cam has become somewhat of a controversial thing in the games that you and I have presided over. I've seen a lot of interesting things. I don't know if we need to keep continuing on with the Kiss Cam this season.
I was wondering where you were going with this rant, and I'm glad it stayed on the appropriate side of the line, and I think we will leave it at that, folks. And if you want to experience the joy and agony of the Kiss Cam, you're going to have to head over to SI Tickets and come on out to an MASL game.
Moy Gonzalez with a backheel pass intercepted by Claude Dielna. Dielna's going to push his defender off, and Brett Gomez is going to kick it out of danger. Off of the boards. Fabian has it.
I'm loving the defensive prowess of Claude Dielna so far. I mean, obviously his hammer of a boot has been on display so far, but his defensive positioning prowess, just the calm manner in which he goes about his defensive work, is something so desperately needed with so many defensive departures for this Empire Strykers team throughout the course of this offseason.
Yeah, we talked about it. He played for Malta, played for Dinamo Bucharest in Romania, which actually happened to be the team that my dad hated growing up, as he was a Steaua Bucharest fan, now known as FCSB. Played for the Timbers, the Revolution, and Sheffield Wednesday. Claude Dielna has traveled quite a bit, and I had the opportunity to watch him play in practice. He's a phenomenal player, Doc.
Dude is a baller. That is very true. Just what we have seen early on and the reports we've gotten from the coaching staff. Ooh, Adam James gets thrown into the boards there, no call.
A cheeky backheel pass by Mo Guy. I like the attempt. Strykers looking to play with some style. That ball's going to come off the board. Cisse has it. Back over to Gomez. Gomez intercepted by Rafa Araujo. Into the Baltimore Blast. Pacheco has it. Again, I can't help but feel weirded out by the fact that Pacheco's wearing something other than an Empire Strykers kit. Ball comes into Donatelli, the captain of this team, former Temple Owl. 1 point shy of a career 300 in his illustrious time as a member of the Baltimore Blast. 2 minutes and 37 seconds to go. Baltimore Blast still leading the Empire Strykers by a score of 3-2. Off of the boards. Araujo kicking it back over and out. Over to Pacheco. Pacheco with Andy Nunez in front of him. Andy Nunez on this team. He was a Golasso goal scorer for the Empire Jets in M2 last season. Love to see an M2 player work his tail off to make the big squad. Pacheco going to kick it back over to the midfield into Araujo. Araujo back into Ricardinho. Less than 2 minutes to go here in the second quarter.
Quick change for Baltimore. Looks like Yoshio Sandoval's off. Coming back out, Umar Cilia. I hope I'm pronouncing that right.
Rookie this season for the Baltimore Blast, Adriano Dos Santos. He needs no introduction if you are a fan of this league. He has played forever, another legendary career. Baltimore Blast have had so many phenomenal players come through their doors, and it's wild. It's wild that we don't get to see Melo, and for those of you wondering where the heck Lucas Roque is, he is down in Miami dealing with personal family scenarios. He will be back here shortly, and we would have loved to see him here today. Israel Cisse making a play, no whistle called. But Lucas Roque tending to a family. Obviously, we wish him the best. We can't wait to see him here in the Empire. Lucas Roque, number 3 in terms of points last season. He had a phenomenal year, and, well, we're hoping this P1 visa situation gets cleared because we'd love to see Melo back. Moy Gonzalez off of the boards.
I think I echo the sentiments of every MASL fan when I say these visa issues are a frustration we would all love to see resolved.
Absolutely. If there's anybody that's been a heel within this league, is Mr. P1 Visa. That was a close call. Mijatovic got it by Dos Santos. Ball comes in to Gerardo. Gerardo looking to make moves. Gerardo was shot. That gets blocked and out of play. It's going to be a drop ball. Less than 21 seconds to go here in the second quarter.
Baltimore Blast have been racking up the blocks so far in this first half.
Stinson with the ball, deflected off of Dos Santos. Perez applying pressure.
It's a bit optimistic from Stinson to try to go to the back post tap in from that far out.
Araujo on the boards, battling with Mijatovic. He's going to come out the winner there in Anthony Wright. Stinson has it with the clock looking to expire. And folks, that is the end of the first half. That was an ambitious attempt just above the crossbar by Justin Stinson. The score, the Baltimore Blast 3, the Empire Strykers 2.
Folks, we'd like to thank everybody tuning in Twitch. Please pop into the chat. You got any questions for the broadcast team, make sure to @ Dr. Empire Strykers so we can try and read your comments here on the air in the second half. Folks, we'd like to thank you so much for tuning in to the first half of MASL Soccer on Twitch, live from Toyota Arena. Baltimore Blast versus the Empire Strykers. Back for the second half after this.
Every tile, every building, every home touched by Cement Pro stands as a testament to our unwavering dedication to excellence. Our mortars offer an easy application and unparalleled bond strength. Our grouts boast 32 vibrant colors. Water protection additives are built for longevity. From leveling to waterproofing, our surface preps reign supreme. Perfection in every layer. Cement Pro, proud partner of the Empire Strykers. Go Strykers!
If you want a job with purpose, where you can help others, serve your community, and move your career to the next level, check out National Core and the Hope Through Housing Foundation. At National Core, we specialize in affordable housing for individuals, families, seniors, and special populations. What does that mean for you? A chance to help families find a home, help our seniors live their retirement years in an affordable, clean, and safe environment, support our property management team in accounting, IT, compliance, asset management, or even marketing. You can even assist in building one of these amazing communities by joining our construction team. We operate properties in Southern California and across the U.S. in states like Texas and Florida. National Core and the Hope Through Housing Foundation have the best teams in the industry, and we're growing. We want you to grow with us. Explore your next career opportunities at National Core and the Hope Through Housing Foundation at nationalcore.org/jobs.
Hey guys, I'm here with head Paul. This has been a pretty fierce game, an intense battle back and forth. You guys are finding yourself down a goal. What do the Strykers need to do at this point to kind of take control of this game and try to get on the other side of that scoring column?
We had a little rough first quarter. I think the guys were a little bit nervous. First game at home, so we had a lot of nervous energy, I think, that first quarter. But we got out of it. We settled down a little bit. And I think we just need to keep possession, be a little patient. But we've always we've been talking about our defensive issues, and they kind of came up again in this first half. So we're going to talk a little bit about halftime, how to rectify that. But yeah, we're fine right now.
Well, speaking of at home, first home game here in Toyota Arena for you as a coach. Give me a little insight into what you're feeling and all these wonderful fans tonight.
Oh, it's a great experience. I know the guys, like I said, they were jazzed before the game, a little nervous energy. But for me personally, this is what I'm here for. The energy, the crowd, the battling out there. They're a good squad. They're a good squad, and we've got our hands full. But that's what we're here for.
Absolutely. I don't want to take any more of your time. I want you to get back there and let them know what they're fighting for out here and go tell them what they need to do, all right?
All right, we'll do. Thank you.
All right, good luck. Back to you guys up in the booth.
Baby, work it. Baby, work it.
Here for giggles. Here for support. Here for healing. Here for courage. Here for moments. San Antonio Regional Hospital. Here for life.
Shoot! It's gone!
Welcome back, everyone. This is MASL in 5. I'm Alex Bastiavansky. It is great to see you again. Thanks so much for watching. Sit back, relax. 5 minutes is all I need to get you caught up on all that's gone down in the league over the past week.
Albert Rodriguez pushing the back, and there's the winner! A golden goal for Dallas!
The golden goal for Dallas, and what a bounce back by the Sidekicks after losing their opening game to the season 22-5 to Monterey. Dallas gets on track. They take down Texas in the Dallas Derby, and Blas Perez was hot in that game. The former Panamanian international recording a hat trick in that contest in the victory over the Outlaws. Monterey still hot this season. The Flash are off to a great start. They are now 3-0 after an incredible game against Milwaukee, back and forth the whole way. They take it in overtime, but a positive for the way for sure. Ian Bennett finally hitting the score sheet after going scoreless in his first couple of games. He recorded a hat trick against the Flash. IB 2-6 getting going this season. Frank Taillou also getting going now. King Frank in his new surroundings with Utica. Although they were on the road in Baltimore, Utica comes out on top, and Frank records his first 3 goals as a member of UCFC. Tony Donatelli shouldered much of the offensive load for the Blast in a losing effort, but Tony was fantastic. 4 points in the game against the Blues. Empire finally getting going as well after a couple of rough losses to start the season. Look at that banger right there. Empire defeats St. Louis and pick up their first dub of the season. Now, we talked about St. Louis's offensive woes. William Eske helped them really get rolling last week, and yes, they lost, but Eske had 4 goals in the contest against the Empire Strykers. Good news for St. Louis as they look for their first win, hopefully soon. The KC Comets continued their hot play. They took down Harrisburg last weekend 7-3. We had Berto Palmer on MASL Monday, and he said he's not surprised about the start KC's had to the season.
I'm not surprised the way we started because we've been training real hard and going at it with each other, so if we train like that, the game is going to be not say easy, but we kind of prepared it. We were practicing 2 a day, for a couple weeks, so it's coming to fruition right now with the way we're playing.
Okay, we've only got a couple of matchups next weekend, so we'll talk about both of them. Baltimore and Utica to take on UCFC at the Adirondack Bank Center on December 22nd. That will be a great matchup between Eastern rivals. And the Dallas Derby renews in Mesquite this time. The Sidekicks taking on the Outlaws. That game, December 23rd, of course, the Outlaws looking for revenge for their loss against Dallas last weekend. Players of the week offensively, Charlie Gonzalez from San Diego was all over the floor against the Tacoma Stars. 5 points in the contest, 3 goals, 2 assists, including that beauty right there. Defensively, Stefan Mijatovic of the Empire Strykers. Look at this goal. Ouch. Top shelf. 1 goal in the contest against St. Louis, 5 blocks. He gets your defensive nod. And in goal, Ivan Munoz of the Chihuahua Savage is your goalie of the week. And he also picked up the goalie goal right there off a deflection. Who cares? It was in. He also made 13 saves in the victory over the Texas Outlaws, who had a rough weekend last week. Scoring leaders, top 5. Castillo, Medina, Mendez, all with 9 points. Zach Reggett with 8, and Gonzalez with 7 right now. Here are some of the top plays from the last week in the league.
Litigation being prepared, huh? Oh, wow! That's litigated.
Takes it back, and getting through is Medina. Look out here, shot goal.
Wow.
What a great goal there, and Monterrey wins it in overtime, 5-4.
No, Fuentes, no! Bien ahí!
Through the middle, Mijatovic.
Oh! Blocked, straight back to Gonzalez, far side, and what a tuck from Charlie Gonzalez.
Wilieski broke through, what a move.
Yes! Ogas came sliding out. Albert Rodriguez pushing the back, and there's the winner! A golden goal for Dallas!
And that is a wrap for this week's show, but just a reminder that all throughout the season, you can stay up to date on everything that's going on in the MASL by checking out the league's official social media outlets. Thanks so much for watching. See you next week.
Every tile, every building, every home touched by Cement Pro stands as a testament to our unwavering dedication to excellence. Our mortars offer an easy application and unparalleled bond strength. Our grouts boast 32 vibrant colors. Water protection additives are built for longevity. From leveling to waterproofing, our surface preps reign supreme. Perfection in every layer. Cement Pro, proud partner of the Empire Strykers. Go Strykers!
Here for giggles. Here for support. Here for healing. Here for courage. Here for moments. San Antonio Regional Hospital. Here for life.
DeAndre scores through the wall, through Jones, and it's 7-2 Utica City on the power play.
Sends it up in the corner, knocked away. Oh, yeah! Oh! That was a lightning strike right there from Breno. His first goal as a member of the Wave. And Milwaukee leads it 4-3.
Strykers through the middle, Mijatovic. Oh!
And he's going to hit the gritty. Oh!
Mijatovic. He's done that a time or two at the Family Arena. Gets ball off the wall.
Set down. Shot. Nice. That was a pretty goal. As he was lying on his side.
And here's Nestor on the charge into the attacking zone, finds Vicmore, Ligwe, Vicmore heating up, and he's found the top corner!
And that is a fantastic finish. The diagonal run by Vicmore early, his composure to slow the ball down, not just hit a shot first or second time, but slow it down, cut in, and just blast it upper 90.
The Oliveira shot blocked, straight back to Gonzalez, far side, and what a tuck from Charlie Gonzalez, pulling and a goal back for the Sockers on the road.
His second of the season, and what a beaut it is. Upper bins.
Bristow, leave for Will S.K. Hotter than an unrequited love story in a cabin thieves kitchen.
Monterey takes it back, and getting through is Medina. Look out here, shot
Wow.
goal.
Wow.
They win it. Great goal there, and Monterey wins it in overtime, 5-4.
Juan Estero Muñoz que va a pasar la línea, le dice que dispara y le pegó. ¡Gol! ¡Gol! De Iván el Terry Muñoz. Está cayendo el gol con desvío incluido, pero ahí está, 5-2, otra vez, la misma dosis, el remate.
Cross to Escalera. Albert Rodriguez pushing the back, and there's the winner! A golden goal for Dallas!
It was a fantastic read off the wall. Made the run, committed to it, and the ball happened to find him.
Case they will hear from our lawyers.
Litigation being prepared, huh? Oh.
Wow.
That's litigated into the back of the net with authority.
Baby. What a highlight reel goal for the Strikers.
Con los Sidekicks, la ganó Puentes, no, bien ahí, en dos ocasiones, espectacular lo de Jesse Rivera. Hugo Puentes iba a ser una gran jugada y mejor lo de Rivera aguantando hasta la última.
Job. Willie Escape broke through one.
Welcome back to the start of the third quarter here at Toyota Arena. The Baltimore Blast leading the Empire Strykers by a score of 3-2. My name is Christian Philly Filliman. I am joined by the Dr. Jonathan Reimer.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome back for the second half for the Baltimore Blast. The reigning Eastern Conference champions are currently up 3-2 on your Empire Strykers here at the start of the second half.
Juan Pereira with a brace and Jamie Thomas with the third goal. Moy Gonzalez contributing offensively with 2 assists.
On Empire side, we have Gerardo Jurado getting his second goal of the season. In addition to that, Claude Dielna with his second goal of the season as well to bring the tally to 2 for the Strikers.
And that was a big, ambitious attempt by Garrett Bloom. Easy save by Zierhofer. Juan Pereira facing Quentin Swift. That ball gets taken away. No whistle. Perez on the counter. Doesn't have the numbers. Connects with Stinson across the yellow line. Stinson looking to make that whirlwind of juggling. Ball goes into Bloom. Bloom's going to kick it back out to Mijatovic. Mijatovic back over to Stinson, who back boots it into Bloom. Ball comes into Swift in the midfield.
Philly, our friend Marlicia would like to know the status of Max Ferdinand and William Van Zella.
We would love to know the status of them as well. As it turns out, their rights are owned by the Empire Strykers. As to whether or not they feature this season, well, your guess is as good as mine. We'll have to wait and see. I hate reporting from that perspective, but with it being a recent reporting and neither player reporting in for training, we have to wait and see at this moment.
I think we know as much as you do. We saw it on the transactions page on the MASL site. That's really about as much as we know about it, aside from the fact to say that, as Philly already alluded to, neither player has reported to training for the Strikers yet.
William Van Zella played with the San Diego Sockers over the course of 2021. We know that he has a lot going on in his neck of the woods, working with John Hopkins and several other clubs. William Van Zella, a beloved member of his community and one heck of a goalkeeper. Only time will tell as to whether or not William graces Toyota Arena with his presence. We certainly hope he does. Ball comes off of the boards. That was Alan Perez with the shot. Booted out of the danger by the Blast. Ball comes into Pereira. Off the boards into Ricardinho. Yeah, we'd love to have William Vanzella and Max Ferdinand here. Two elite players in this league. And two big reasons as to why Baltimore was successful in the past. Max Ferdinand, a legendary player, had the honor and privilege of getting to interview him in 2021. Love to see him a member of this team. Turnaround shot, and we've got another goal by the Baltimore Blast. A turnaround shot. Baltimore doubles up their lead. A fantastic goal by recently signed Baltimore Blast player. Doctor, give us the news.
Oh, we are familiar with Yoshi eating turtles. In this case, he's eating the back of the net. Yo, my goodness, absolutely nothing Brandon Gomez could do about that. Didn't even have a moment to think about it before he's picking that ball out of the back of the net.
A phenomenal look, a phenomenal turnaround, and what an unbelievable goal. I thought Claude Dielna had the goal of the week. That's going to be a contestant right there. Baltimore Blast up on the Empire Strykers, 4-2. Dielna, we talked about him earlier, advancing the ball across the midfield into Mo Guy. Mo Guy, who's had a number of years here in the Empire, featured for the United States team against Mexico in September. Ball comes back into Fabian.
I think I may have just erroneously given that goal to Yoshio Sandoval when it was Moises Gonzalez. My apologies.
Ball comes into Cisse. Cisse crossing that yellow line. Decides to turn around. Back to Fabian. Fabian and Stinson have had some magnetic chemistry going on. Fabian looking for Stinson and Stinson looking for him. We've seen that chemistry go into play. Jamie Thomas has it. He scored a goal in that first half, and that's going to be a foul against Mo Guy.
Mo Guy's complaining to the ref. I don't know what he's complaining about. That was a pretty clear and obvious foul right there. An attempt for a quick restart there by Baltimore. Unfortunately, the official had not blown the whistle yet, so no chance for a blue card for impeding progression.
Now, Doctor, the last goal, did that get credited to Jairo Guevara?
That is a very good question. I thought it was Gonzalez who put that one in the back of the net. Again, Baltimore, you could really help us out by having the numbers be a bit more visible on the back end, as in like visible at all. It duly remind you, we are up in the 4th floor here of Toyota Arena where we call games, so certainly helpful to have visible numbers.
Dr. Moy Gonzalez is wearing number 9 and the headband down there on the bench. He's to the right of Quantrell Jones. I believe that is the recently signed Jairo Guevara, who did score. He's number 25. We don't have too much in terms of stats on him, as he is a recently signed player by the Baltimore Blast. But if that was in fact him, having signed with this club on the 12th of December, great entry into his MASL career.
So new to the team, he was not even included in today's roster that was due 1 hour prior to kickoff. So looking at you, Baltimore.
Mijatovic is going to kick it off of the boards into Alan Perez. He has Rafa battling on him, and Rafa is the winner in that battle. Advancing the ball, he's got Pacheco in front of him. That's going to be a foul against Jurado. Gerardo Jurado.
Soft contact from Jurado right there, but enough to warrant the foul being called.
And that's Pacheco getting whistled for a blue card. Smurf sighting. Smurf Village is open for business. That is Jesus Pacheco fouling his best friend Justin Stinson. And we've got a power play opportunity for the Empire Strykers, Doc.
The opportunity to get off the schneid for the Empire Strykers. They are 0 on the power play so far this season. The penalty kill for Baltimore weighing in at just 40% at the moment. This is a massive opportunity for the Strykers not only to cut the lead in half, but get their first power play goal of the season.
Right you are. No goals for the Empire Strykers on the power play. We have Jurado connecting it with Stinson. Stinson with a shot. That gets deflected off of Dos Santos. Jurado has it. Back over to Stinson on the left side. Stinson into Gerardo Jurado. It's just fun saying his name. He has a shot into the netting, and that's going to be a goalkeeper distribution for Zierhofer.
Fabian wide open on the left post that whole time. Ball did not make its way to him. I would love to see him take advantage of the extra man here in order to put one in the back of the net. Is that one so close to going up, and the whistle is going to get called there. Really looked like Baltimore was fishing for a whistle right there. Stinson is irate. So is the rest of his Strykers team, but the call is going to go Baltimore's way.
I mean, from our vantage point, obviously you and I are not down on the turf. Appeared a bit soft, but I would say up to this point, the officials doing a really good job officiating in this game so far. Again, we have 10 games left in this 3-referee experiment, and I like it. It gives an opportunity for some of the younger officials. Big shot saved by Brandon Gomez. Kicked off of the boards by Stinson. You got to have some of the younger blood have an opportunity, and this 3 official opportunity is a good thing.
Well, I just want to give a shout out into the chat here to Trapacelos, who is asking, what is a power play, Philly?
Doctor, you are the rule aficionado. I'm going to give you that one because I talk way too much.
Throughout the course of the Major Arena Soccer League, if a player's foul is deemed more aggressive than perhaps the common foul, a blue card 2-minute power play is issued. That is 2 minutes with one player on the bench, the other team playing with the man advantage. Very similar to hockey, if you are familiar with the sin bin in the world of hockey. We have that here in the indoor game as well too. So 2 minutes for the Strykers to either score to send it back to even strength, or if time expires, Baltimore will be back to having 5 outfield players.
And Dielna looking to make his move. Ball goes over into Gerardo. 34 seconds left to go within this power play. Fabian kicks it back over to Stinson. Stinson back over to Marco. Marco chips it into Dielna. Back into Gerardo, who has some space. Dielna has it. Oh, he tried to connect with Mijatovic on the header. 18 seconds left to go in this power play. A shot attempt deflected off of Dos Santos. Gerardo has it. Back over to Fabian, and he scores his first goal in his first game as an indoor soccer player. Marco Fabian finding the back of the net, threading the netting. Doctor, give us the news.
The first of many for Marco Fabian, assisted by Gerardo as he goes bottom left corner, beating the keeper. Marco Fabian, his first goal as an Empire Striker, and the Strykers are back to within 1 goal of the Blast.
It's not only Fabian's first goal, it is the Strykers' first goal as a result of the power play. To the gentleman or the individual who asked the question, that is a massive advantage, and Fabian takes advantage, cutting into Baltimore's lead. It is now 4-3 here in Toyota Arena.
And every single fan in the audience getting some free Brewster's ice cream for the Strykers converting on the power play.
I want ice cream. Shot by Patrick Thompson into the netting.
Folks, MASLsoccer.com is your home for everything Major Arena Soccer League. All the latest news, leaderboards, highlights, and more. Head on over to MASLsoccer.com to stay abreast of all things MASL. Folks, we are going to take a timeout, and we will be right back with the rest of the third quarter after this.
If you want a job with purpose, where you can help others, serve your community, and move your career to the next level, check out National Core and the Hope Through Housing Foundation. At National Core, we specialize in affordable housing for individuals, families, seniors, and special populations. What does that mean for you? A chance to help families find a home, help our seniors live their retirement years in an affordable, clean, and safe environment, support our property management team in accounting, IT, compliance, asset management, or even marketing. You can even assist in building one of these amazing communities by joining our construction team. We operate properties in Southern California and across the U.S. in states like Texas and Florida. National Core and the Hope Through Housing Foundation have the best teams in the industry, and we're growing. We want you to grow with us. Explore your next career opportunities at National Core and the Hope Through Housing Foundation at nationalcore.org/jobs.
Baby, work it.
Welcome back, folks. Let's take a look at Marco Fabian's first goal in the purple and black. Beautiful strike right there to the bottom corner. Marco Fabian, welcome to the Empire Strykers.
Kick saved by Zierhofer in Marco Fabian's 338th game as a professional player. He has scored his 81st goal, a tremendous goal getting past Zierhofer, and a very welcome start to his career. Plenty of doubters out there wondering whether or not this outdoor legend is going to have his game translate indoors, and it's safe to say he's already made an impact, Doctor.
I want to give a shout out to Electric Greg Tarr, Sultan of Shred in the chat, says, I am very new to MASL, but this is so much freaking fun. Sir, we could not agree more. Welcome to the family.
If you could do us a favor, besides get up off the couch and grab a cold one, tell your friends about it. Spread this word. We love this game. This is our 4th season calling the Major Arena Soccer League, primarily this team, the Empire Strykers, formerly known as the Ontario Fury. We love it. We love the fact that you are tuning in. And again, welcome to all the newbies, and welcome back to all the veterans. And that's going to be a foul that's going to go against the Baltimore Blast.
Greg, I want to hear, what kind of guitar are you rocking? Philly and I are both guitar players. I play an ESP. Philly plays a Gibson left-handed, which is just annoying.
You're annoying. I love you. I never made more than 18 grand a year being in a rock band, which is why I had different career aspirations, Doc.
That's about 18 more than I did in my years of playing in garages and bars and the occasional backyard party, but gosh, it was a lot of fun.
And that was Stinson with a shot saved by Zierhofer. Zierhofer having a pretty darn good game in between the pipes for the Baltimore Blast, having spent a good portion of last season as an understudy to one of the best goalkeepers this league has had, and that of William Van Zella. He has certainly learned a lot. William Van Zella had his rights traded to the Empire Strykers, and, well, I might be mildly biased. We'd love to see William feature here for the Empire. Ball come. Oh.
Greg, don't be ashamed of that Fender Squire. Everybody starts somewhere. That was my first guitar, too.
Shot just above the crossbar and into the netting. It's going to be a goalkeeper distribution for Gomez. Or is it? Might be a corner, actually. I stand corrected. 5 minutes and 41 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. The Blaster up on the Strykers by a score of 4-3.
Stefan Mijatovic slow to get up after that last play. Let's hope he's good to go for the rest of this game.
The reigning defender of the week. He had a phenomenal outing against his former club, the St. Louis Ambush.
And inheriting the mantle of one King Frank Tayu as best dressed in the Empire Strykers locker room.
Donatelli, and that ball deflects off of Jamie Thomas. We said it earlier on. Donatelli eyeing his 300th point. Ball comes into Gerardo. There's a lot of pressure applied by the Blast on the Strykers. They do a good job breaking that press. Ball was supposed to connect in with Dielna, and there's a battle on the boards won by the Blast. And taken away by Mijatovic. Strykers looking to counter. Mijatovic connects with Stinson. Stinson looking to make his move, and there's a hand saved by Zierhofer. Another attempt. Just above the netting, and that was Gerardo. It's going to be a goalkeeper distribution.
Let's take a look at this save once again from Zierhofer, going paw to the top bar. What a great save. Looks like this one was going in. It absolutely was. Huge save by Zierhofer.
A tremendous save. Moy Gonzalez battling with Israel Cisse, two veterans of this game. Ball comes in. Over to Juan Pereira. Pereira across the yellow line. Ball comes off of the boards, deflected. Blast still maintained possession. Looks like that was number 13, Rayleigh. Stinson strips it. He still has it, and that's going to be a whistle. Foul against the Blast. Strykers possession.
Stinson doing some great defensive work. Always a scrapper, always willing to get into the boards and tussle for the ball, something that has endeared him to the Empire faithful here.
That was an errant pass by Gomez, intercepted by Pereira, but Cisse was there to make a great play.
And frankly, throughout the early portion of this season, one observation of Brandon Gomez is that his shot-stopping ability is fantastic, but perhaps his passing lacks a bit of understanding that the indoor game has, right? Obviously, it's smaller field, tighter angles, boards. There's a lot of eccentricities for one to pick up on, and something the young man is growing into this season.
I think Gomez is exceptional on his feet. Obviously, he is very young in his time here in the indoor game, but he has done some tremendous things already. Blast on the counter. That's Pereira. Looking to get by right. Ball comes back over the midfield. And that's Pacheco, former member of the Empire Strykers, into the captain, Donatelli. 3 minutes and 38 seconds left to go here in this third quarter. Donatelli into Sandoval. Sandoval off of the boards into Cisse. Cisse battling. Araujo wanted a handball. Referee is not calling it.
Very demonstratively waved that call off.
If there's anything we could say about Fabian, that's going to be a foul against Pacheco. Fabian very calm and confident anytime he has had possession of the ball. He was known for being an aggressive attacking midfielder with exceptional technical ability, and his first moments in the indoor game haven't made him nervous, and that's going to be a foul. Looks like it's going to go against Mo Guy. Looking to see who is down on the turf for the Baltimore Blast. It looks like it is number 2, Silla. And we have a stoppage in play with 3 minutes and 15 seconds left to go in the third.
He's certainly been down, face down on the turf for some time here. I did not see the contact from Momo Guy, but you can see Guy sort of protesting his case. We have already seen him do that in instances where he was clearly the guilty party already early on. But looks like it'll just be the common foul. Quick restart here by the Blast.
Blast looking to advance it into Pacheco, getting past the yellow line, past Fabian. He's not going to get past Mijatovic that quickly. Ball just outside of the yellow, back into Pacheco. Less than 3 minutes to go here in this third quarter. Pacheco came off of the turf. It was Jamie Thomas who came back in, and Fabian intercepted. Jamie Thomas has it with some space to run. He has a shot. Saved by Brandon Gomez.
Gomez just staying big and square to the ball there, using that right shoulder to keep that shot from finding its way into the back of the net.
Don't look at his goals against average, because in reality, that doesn't mean anything. A young keeper being peppered but still coming out in a favorable position, and Gomez has had a really good time in between the pipes for the Empire Strykers in his first home game for the Empire. Thomas.
2 minutes left here to go in the third quarter. It is still the Blast hanging on to a 4-3 lead.
7 goals between these two teams. If you're new to indoor soccer, it's a phenomenal sport. A team can go into the fourth quarter up 7-2 and still lose this game. So, and that's going to be a whistle. Foul goes against Juan Pereira. On Juan Pereira, I should say.
Unlike the outdoor game where a 1 or 2 goal lead is a safe lead, multiple times last year we saw 6 or 7 goals put in the span of 3 minutes of game time. Especially as you get into the latter stages of a game, the goals can come in flurries. So it is certainly still anyone's game.
That's what makes it the greatest show on turf. I know that moniker goes into the St. Louis Rams, but we really believe this is the greatest show on turf. And Justin Stinson down on the turf.
He got cleaned out by Adriano Dos Santos right there. Easy foul for tonight's officials to pick up on. Oh, forgive me, ball out of bounds. No foul called. Apparently it's not that easy, Duck.
Mijatovic connecting in with Jurado. Headed out by Araujo. Pereira, brilliant header in Rafa. Rafa with some space. Looking for a foul. No whistle to be blown. Gomez is going to roll it into right. Less than a minute to go here in the third quarter. Baltimore pressing heavy on the Strykers. Mijatovic pokes it out. Rafa Hassett connects with Pereira. Pereira with a shot. Oh! No whistle blown. It looked like it might have threaded, but it didn't go in. Another attempt. Blocked by Mijatovic, and a huge block by Stefan, the self-proclaimed king of Chicago. Great block by Stefan, last week's Defender of the Week.
He doesn't get a boot to that. That's going top right corner. That is a brilliant block and a goal-saving block at that by Mijatovic.
Dielna has it. Less than 20 seconds to go. Battle with Donatelli. Gerardo has it, connecting with Mo Guy. Mo Guy into Dielna, off of the boards. Bryce Watson into the game. That ball deflects. Battle into the box. No whistle. Deflects. Stierhofer keeps it, and he's going to hang on to it with his dear life. And the clock is going to expire, folks. That is the end of the third quarter. The Baltimore Blast leading the Empire Strykers by a score of 4-3.
Folks, the Empire Strykers would like to express our deepest gratitude to Light Bite Food Preparation, our new partner for the 23-24 season. Light Bite feeds our guys every day after practice. Please visit their store in Upland at 1071 East 19th Street or their location in Glendora at 1331 Lone Hill Avenue. Folks, we will be right back with the start of the fourth quarter after this.
Baby, work it.
Here for giggles. Here for support. Here for healing. Here for courage. Here for moments. San Antonio Regional Hospital. Here for life.
Every tile, every building, every home touched by Cement Pro stands as a testament to our unwavering dedication to excellence. Our mortars offer an easy application and unparalleled bond strength. Our grouts boast 32 vibrant colors. Water protection additive are built for longevity. From leveling to waterproofing, our surface preps reign supreme. Perfection in every layer. Cement Pro, proud partner of the Empire Strykers. Go Strykers!
If you want a job with purpose, where you can help others, serve your community, and move your career to the next level, check out National Core and the Hope Through Housing Foundation. At National Core, we specialize in affordable housing for individuals, families, seniors, and special populations. What does that mean for you? A chance to help families find a home, help our seniors live their retirement years in an affordable, clean, and safe environment, support our property management team in accounting, IT, compliance, asset management, or even marketing. You can even assist in building one of these amazing communities by joining our construction team. We operate properties in Southern California and across the U.S. in states like Texas and Florida. National Core and the Hope Through Housing Foundation have the best teams in the industry, and we're growing. We want you to grow with us. Explore your next career opportunities at National Core and the Hope Through Housing Foundation at nationalcore.org/jobs.
As we see a replay here of the last opportunity there to end the third quarter. A scramble inside the box there, leading to an opportunity for the Strykers, but ultimately nothing in the back of the net, Philly.
The score is still 4-3, and it's been a very competitive matchup between two teams that are eager to get themselves back into the winning column. The Baltimore Blast have not won a game so far. Granted, it's still early in the season. The Empire Strykers open up their home here in Toyota Arena, loving to get a win with the debut of Marco Fabian, who scored his first goal in his MASL career. And, well, we've got 15 more minutes to determine a winner, and it's anybody's ball game here tonight.
Get the latest news on the MASL and your favorite teams by following MASL Soccer on Facebook and Instagram and MASL Arena on Twitter. We would like to welcome all the fans for the Chihuahua Savage and the Monterrey Flash who have just joined our stream after the conclusion of that game. Welcome everyone here to the Empire, where it is currently the Baltimore Blast hanging on to a 1-goal lead over the Strykers.
We certainly have nothing but love for everybody down in Monterrey and everybody down in Chihuahua. So hospitable when you and I had the opportunity to go down there last season and call the English broadcasts. Looking forward to heading back down to Chihuahua towards the end of the season when Empire goes there. And we love the people of Monterrey y Chihuahua. On the restart, it is Moy Gonzalez, top of the arc. He has a shot, and Moy Gonzalez threading the net and getting it past Brandon Gomez. Phenomenal goal, scored a 5-3 for the Blast. Doctor, walk us through that brilliant goal by Moy.
It looks like the wall completely fails to do their job here as that ball goes straight through the wall and past the keeper into the back of the net. A little more courage needed on the line there, but a fantastic strike by Moises Gonzalez, who fires that one home and brings the Blast back to a 2-goal lead at 5-3 here in the fourth quarter.
Moy Gonzalez, who had 17 goals and 11 assists last season, finds a big-time goal here for the Baltimore Blast in Toyota Arena, putting his team up by 2. It is Dos Santos with some fun juggling, taken away by Alan Perez. Now, folks, some MASL news we need to privy you to. On December 21st at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard, we are going to have our second annual MASL College Draft. The draft will be hosted by the MASL via Zoom, and all teams will be present and prepared to participate. The draft, like last season, will consist of 3 rounds. Rounds 1 and 2 will be territorial, and the doctor is going to get into that in just a bit. Round 3 is at large and is available to be traded. Doctor, why don't you talk to us about what territorial means?
So if a person's university or home is within a certain range of your franchise, those are part of the protected local picks. So, for example, someone here in Empire could certainly sign someone throughout the California Southland, or if there was a player who was attending a local university or college, that player could be signed as well, too.
A brilliant goal! Upper shelf, top corner where my grandpa Franz keeps the schnapps. Thompson threading the netting, doubling the lead for the Baltimore Blast. Tremendous goal. Doctor, walk us through.
Defender Patrick Thompson getting his first points and goals of the season in emphatic fashion there as he picks one top corner. What a brilliant strike, picking out the upper 90. Brilliant stuff there from Baltimore, who have now expanded their lead to 3 goals and have doubled up on the Strykers 6-3.
Shout out to Nick Vassos. I used your top shelf cookie jar reference with my Uncle Franz. I said grandfather. It was my Uncle Franz and his schnapps. A lame attempt at creating a different kind of a goal call. But either way, a phenomenal goal, and the Blast have doubled up the Strykers 6-3. Just got a text message, Doctor, from our good friend Johnny Topete. He asked for a shout-out. Johnny, got nothing but love for you, baby. Here's your shout-out. We miss Johnny Thunders here in the Empire.
Oh, man, I missed the Thunderstruck call. Johnny Thunder, Topete, much love, amigo.
Much love indeed. Ball's going to come out top of the arc, and it is Jurado.
Here's a brilliant opportunity for the Strykers to get back in this game.
And they're going to need it. There's a shot off of the boards. A tremendous hustle behind the muscle by Dielna. That ball's going to deflect in and scooped up by Zierhofer. Pereira's going to boot it over the midfield. Araujo has it. Dielna's there to intercept. Pereira has it into Rafa. Rafa has nobody to connect with. Ultimately trying to pass to himself, and that's going to be a whistle. Strykers retain possession. 12 minutes and 40 seconds left to go here in the game.
It's been a fun night, home opener, not season opener here for the Strykers. Great to see the fans back out. I think we're still seeing some of the lack of familiarity, especially with some of the new faces here in the Strikers. The passing hasn't been as perfect throughout the course of the second half. It has certainly led to a few opportunities for the Blast. The top of the arc restart being converted by them on the poor clearance by Adam James stands out. A couple poor passes back have certainly been picked off by Baltimore. So these little areas that Empire just needs to button up as we go through the rest of the season here, and certainly over the course of the next 12 minutes of this game.
Swift applying really good pressure on Baltimore. Pacheco's going to poke it out. Bounced off it from Donatelli. Ball, I think that is Jairo who has it, battling with Cisse.
I think Cisse lost his captain's armband mid-turf there.
That he did. Into the corner, and there's a shot off the boards, deflecting. No goal there. Q's going to kick it out to Gerardo.
Stinson had nobody to try and pass to and went for the tough angle shot himself. Unfortunately, couldn't convert.
And his shot gets blocked by Dos Santos. Zierhofer is going to take his time, waiting for his teammates to come through, and he's going to pick it up. Dos Santos is down, and the official's going to blow his whistle.
Catch MASL Monday every Monday night exclusively on Twitch. Alex Bostjuvansky is joined each week by Phil Labanco to recap the weekend's game and discuss the league's hot topics. And speaking of great MASL content, if you disagree with the call tonight, which judging by the chat, most of you fans disagree with the call pretty much every night, be sure to catch MASL's most controversial show, Under Review, every Friday on Twitch, featuring the head of officiating, none other than Ryan Sigich, who we saw enter the building this evening with tonight's officiating crew. Good to see Ryan back this season.
Got nothing but love for Ryan. Gotten to know him real well over the course of the last few years, and that arguably my favorite show. I've learned so much by watching him. Last season, along with Phil, I had the opportunity to preside over one of the shows. A lot of good and valuable information to be had watching those episodes. And I'm going to be looking to debut MASL Insider here shortly. Now that the MLS season is done, frees up my time for the greatest show on turf. Keep an eye out on those interviews. MASL Insider with yours truly, Philly. And that's going to be a foul going against Mijatovic on Rafa.
And a very easy blue card call there by tonight's officials. It will be Mijatovic heading to the sin bin. The penalty kill has been one of the bright spots for the Empire Strykers throughout the course of this early season. They have killed it 86% so far. They have only allowed one goal on a power play throughout the course of this early season, and a huge defensive opportunity right here. Obviously, with the score sitting at 3-6, Blast on top, it is imperative that the Strikers see out the next 2 minutes and are already going to be up against it, even if they see it through with a 3-goal lead for the Blast.
And it's no surprise the defensive positioning of the Strikers is on with players that have featured in the MASL for these past couple of seasons. That's Alan Perez, Gerardo, Quentin Swift, and Israel Cisse there. Alan Perez battling on the boards. Gerardo has it. He has a shot deflected off by Pereira. And Zierhofer is there to scoop it up.
Strikers are screaming handball. A number of players asking for the call. Looked like that would have been a bit harsh.
Pacheco to Pereira. We've passed 30 seconds within this power play. Baltimore has it in the corner to Donatelli. Donatelli eyeing that 300th point. Pereira passing it on over to the left side. Strikers doing a good job keeping the Blast away. Attempt, Ricardinho has it up top, scooping it in. And Pacheco has it. A power play goal in his return to Toyota Arena. A massive goal and a massive blow to the hearts of Strikers fans. Dr. P scoring in the game. Walk us through.
I mean, Jesus Pacheco with a fantastic goal going barred down, is able to settle this wide open inside the box, is able to get a heavy touch off, still get to the ball in time and fire one top bins down. Ironic it is that Jesus Pacheco, longtime beloved fan favorite here in the Empire, puts what appears to be the coffin nail in this game for the Strikers. It is now a 4-goal lead to come back in less than 10 minutes.
Doctor, such a silly statement. More than 9 minutes to go. 7-3 is not a comfortable lead in the indoor game. And I'm saying that specifically to the newbies. that are joining us. And once again, thank you so much for joining us on this broadcast. We love having you. If you have any questions, something that's not clear, please feel free to ask the doctor. Don't ask me. My name is Philly because I'm not a great multitasker.
An absolute banger of a finish from Jesus Pacheco, breaking hearts in his return to the Empire. 9 minutes, 16 seconds left to play here. 4-goal lead for the Blast. The arrival of Marco Fabian looking to be spoiled by the boys from Baltimore.
Baltimore eyeing their first win of the season. Again, surprising enough that they have not won at home, but they have played a tremendous game here in Toyota Arena, overwhelming this young Strikers squad. Mo Guy, and it was a bit of miscommunication. Mijatovic.
And a dangerous pass right across the yellow line in their own defensive quarter of the field here for the Strikers. I mean, it's that kind of stuff that's got to be buttoned up going forward. Stinson into Dielna, and that goes field goal style into the netting. Goalkeeper distribution for Zierhofer. Folks, the Major Arena Soccer League, in conjunction with United Soccer Coaches, is proud to announce the MASL Pro Indoor Cup held at the United Soccer Coaches Convention in Anaheim, California on January 11th. In just a couple of weeks at 5 p.m. Eastern, it is going to be the San Diego Soccer's broadcast crew and the Empire Strykers broadcast crew calling this game. It's not going to be your traditional indoor game, as there will be no boards. It'll be more of a futsal scenario, but tickets are available for that match. The United Soccer Coaches Convention is fun. Great deal of knowledge and experience to be had if you are a coach at any level. A brilliant kick by Dos Santos, scooped up by Gomez. Check it out in Anaheim, California. If you buy a ticket for the game between the Strikers and the Sockers, you'll get to have time within the sessions that are going to be heralded by so many legendary coaches and people that have played this wonderful game. Stinson creating some space. Stinson off the boards. Dos Santos has it. Cisse into the netting. Cisse, just the beneficiary of a poor pass there, had a wide open look top of the arc. Unfortunately, could not put that one on frame.
Folks, the next home game for the Empire Strykers on Thursday, December 28th at 7:05. We welcome the Tacoma Stars in the Toyota Arena. We will see the return of Chris Toth. We hope to see you there a couple of days after Christmas. Yours truly, Philly, and the doctor will be on the call, but we hope to see you in Toyota Arena. Donatelli off the boards. Deflects off of Moy Gonzalez, but scooped up by Gomez.
You have to say a worrisome trend pointed out in the chat here has been the Empire Strikers' performance in the second half throughout the course of this season. In both games in Mexico, the score was close at the end of the first half and certainly not close at the end of the game. In their one win of the season versus St. Louis, they had a commanding lead at the half that almost slipped away in the second half. And here it was once again a one-goal game going into the second half, and it has been pretty much all Baltimore since.
And you're seeing Brandon Gomez well out of position, applying a sixth attack. Carolla shot by Stinson, saved by Zierhofer. That's going to come off of the boards. Gomez has it. You're not wrong, Doctor. The Strikers in quarters have looked tremendous, but second half has been somewhat of a scenario. We see a shot by Perez into the netting, and we're going to head to our first media timeout of the fourth quarter. What do you got for a read?
We'd like to thank Chaffee Federal Credit Union for being the official credit union of your Empire Strykers. Taking a quick break, folks. Be right back on the other side.
If you want a job with purpose, where you can help others, serve your community, and move your career to the next level, check out National Core and the Hope Through Housing Foundation. At National Core, we specialize in affordable housing for individuals, families, seniors, and special populations. What does that mean for you? A chance to help families find a home, help our seniors live their retirement years in an affordable, clean, and safe environment, support our property management team in accounting, IT, compliance, asset management, or even marketing. You can even assist in building one of these amazing communities by joining our construction team. We operate properties in Southern California and across the U.S. in states like Texas and Florida. National Core and the Hope Through Housing Foundation have the best teams in the industry, and we're growing. We want you to grow with us. Explore your next career opportunities at National Core and the Hope Through Housing Foundation at nationalcore.org/jobs.
Frontier Communities, your hometown builder, is a proud sponsor of the Empire Strykers. We don't just build homes, we build communities for generations to live, enjoy, and love. Your dream home is our mission every step of the way. Learn more today at fhcommunities.com. Philly, it is quite a hill for the Empire Strykers to climb. They are down 4 goals with a hair under 7 minutes left to play here in the fourth quarter, the home opener of this 23-24 season.
Baltimore has certainly capitalized on the attempts that they've had. Both teams at this point, even in terms of shots, at 17 apiece. But it's been the Blast with 5 to the Strykers 2, and they sit in a comfortable position eyeing their first win of the season.
You know, it's no surprise that the Blast are going to find their form. We know they had as tumultuous an offseason as one could possibly ever imagine in this sport. But a team that won the East handily last year, had a fantastic run that ultimately fell just short in the Ron Newman Cup Finals. It's no surprise that this team is starting to put it together.
In the modern MASL era, there is no team that's been more successful than Baltimore. Winners of 3 Ron Newman Cup titles and participants and finalists in 2 additional. We're in our 10th season. This is a team that's been in 5 finals. You can't count them out at all. And we're looking at the Empire Strykers applying the 6th attacker.
It is Gerardo Jurado.
There's a long ball just off of the boards. That was a close call. 6 minutes and 10 seconds to go. The 7-3 scoring line. You and I have seen some unbelievable things in Toyota Arena. 3 goals in less than a minute? And that's exactly what the Strykers are going to need if they're going to look to get back into this game.
They have the talent to do it. Do they have the cohesion and the wherewithal to create the opportunities?
It's going to be a season in which this team is going to have to grow and feel comfortable playing with each other. This is Marco Fabian's first game. A lot of these kids on this turf have not even played this game. And there's a shot saved by Zierhofer. A backheel pass. Mijatovic finding the back of the net for the second straight game. Stefan, King of Chicago. Doctor, give us the news.
It was a back heel and a voracious attempt from Marco Fabian that opens up the space here as we see Fabian make the first attempt, the second back heel attempt that deflects off Zierhofer to the foot of one Stefan Mijatovic, who fires it home for a goal for the Empire Strykers, who have clawed the lead down to just 3.
Don't go anywhere, folks. A 3-goal lead is still not enough. 5 minutes and 31 seconds left to go in this fourth quarter. And hopefully that rejuvenates this young Empire Strykers team to get themselves back into this game. A big goal by Mijatovic.
Strykers are quickly back on the offensive end here, looking to pour it back on. 6th attacker back in employ. Jurado once again rocking the 6th attacker kit.
Wearing the number 66, passing it over to Mijatovic, who just had the last goal. We're approaching the 5-minute mark. Stinson has it in that yellow line. Back to Jurado. Looking in, the header, taken away by Rafa. Stinson has it with Donatelli in front of him. Stinson, that ball gets deflected and out of play. It's going to be a drop ball. Strykers retain possession.
Yeah, they are going to go ahead and rule this a top-of-the-arc restart. That is not going to be considered a block. That is an intentional play out of bounds and a huge opportunity for the Strykers.
Huge opportunity indeed. The net is empty. 6th attacker in play. Jurado has it. It's got Dielna wide open to the right. Shot by Stinson, saved by Zierhofer.
That was a great idea. Stinson was wide open at the low post, but hats off to Mike Zierhofer, who saw that coming a mile away and got himself perfectly in position.
Fabian into Stinson. Those two have connected quite frequently in this game. Ball comes in on the right side to Dielna. He passes it into Guy. Guy back over into Dielna. 4 minutes and 25 seconds to go. Mijatovic with some space. Fabian has it. Fabian with a shot. Saved once again by Zierhofer. Ball in play. Battling on the boards. Baltimore has it. Taken away by Mijatovic. Ball gets juggled.
That was a fantastic save by Zierhofer. That ball's going back of the net if he doesn't get a forearm to it.
Stinson. Back to Fabian. Fabian, Dielna's going to set up. Saved by Zierhofer. Strykers wanting a handball in the box. Blast with some space to run. Taken away by Dielna. Strykers looking to capitalize. Fabian has it into Stinson. Stinson back to Gerardo. Back over to Dielna. Mijatovic. Fabian, who's already had 1 goal in this game so far, kicked out of danger by the Blast into the netting. Goalkeeper distribution for the Blast.
We're getting down to the 3-minute and 20-second mark. The question remains, how much can Baltimore withstand of the 6th attacker from the Empire Strykers? Are they going to be able to manage to get enough on frame to get themselves back into this game?
6th attacker changed. Gomez back onto the turf. Stinson has it.
Gomez wants to head to the bench. You can see him signaling he wants to go.
Cisse gets by Pereira, and he's going to get whistled for the foul. No question there.
Well, the fans don't like it. Cisse doesn't like it. Blast player is still on the ground despite minimal contact, and the customers are not appreciating the dark arts here.
Cisse, not only has he had the longest tenure here in the Empire, he leads the franchise in terms of penalty minutes, and penalties for that matter.
And it looks as though Cisse has been sent to the sin bin. I'm not sure if it's a blue or a yellow for dissent. Still waiting to hear exactly. He has been mentioned, and it is going to be 2 minutes for contact above the shoulder. 2 minutes for contact above the shoulder for Izzy Cisse. The fans here in the stadium are irate that is the call. Astonishingly, a challenge flag has not been thrown. Yes, the challenge flag has been thrown by the Strykers. This is going to go to video review. We're going to hopefully get another look at this potential blue card against Izzy Cisse here. I have to say, on initial look, it did not appear as though there was much contact there. Certainly not the kind of contact that would warrant a blue card, but any contact above the shoulders could be worthy of a blue card call. Let's take a look here at the replay when we get a sec. So we see Cisse on the ball. And he has a hand on the shoulder. I could see that being called a common foul. Grabbing the top of his head when the hands never went above his neck is certainly not a good look for the Blast there. But Jamie Thomas, I think, certainly has an argument that he was fouled. I don't know if those hands went above the shoulders to the point where this warrants a blue card, but...
Doctor, any way you want to slice or dice it, Jamie Thomas got fouled.
He did get fouled.
There's no
it's clear
question.
Foul. It's clear foul.
Jamie Thomas, who scored a goal in the second quarter of this game, assisted by Moy Gonzalez. The
referees are taking a long, hard look at this one, Philly. In your opinion, is it a common foul or a blue card?
I'll leave it up to the hands of the officials. Oh, and there it is. Smurf Village open for business, and it's going to be a power play for the Baltimore Blast. The officials bailed me out of this one. I didn't have an opinion on it. The officials, after looking at the video, and that's what it is. Unsuccessful challenge. It is a power play for the Blast.
Contact above the shoulder is the call. 2 minutes in the sin bin is the penalty. And frankly, that is probably the end of the hope for the Empire Strykers today, unless they can come up with some shorthanded magic in the next 2 minutes with 2:49 remaining on the clock.
It's going to be a tough hill for them to climb. Pacheco battling with Jurado. He takes it away. Quentin Swift with some space to run, but Zierhofer is there to boot it into Pereira. Pereira into Ricardinho. Swift applying some pressure. Ball comes back into Pereira. He's got Perez in front of him. He's going to knock it down low to the captain, Donatelli. Donatelli kicked out of danger by Gomez. Gomez into Perez. He's got Q open to the right. Strykers looking to make a run. Ball comes into Perez.
Oh, the give and go from Q there. Q Froze had to lead that ball on Perez, played it behind him, and stifled the opportunity there for the Strykers, despite being down a man, to have the advantage going forward.
Mijatovic with 2 Blast defenders on him, still sticking with it. And that's going to be a referee's whistle. Less than 2 minutes to go. Still 7-4 for the Blast.
Looks like it's going to be a drop ball here.
Mijatovic is going to be set for the restart. That ball gets taken away by Pereira, and it's going to be Zierhofer calling the timeout.
He cannot call the timeout with the ball at his feet. I thought keepers had to have the ball in their hand to call the timeout. I stand corrected. That is a legit timeout. My apologies. There is some protest from the Empire Strykers about the legalities of that timeout. It does appear to be okay in my book.
Whether or not it is okay, the scoring line still remains the same. The Blast up by 3 on the Empire, 7-4, with 1 minute and 51 seconds left to go here in this game. Doctor, a big hill for the Strykers to climb, but it's been all Baltimore here in this game for the home opener for Empire.
I think I hearken back to last season, and I called Quentin Swift froze. I'm still getting myself around the new team here. So, fan of MASL, I apologize. You are absolutely right. You know, it's hard. You get so used to calling a player's name for so many seasons, and then my apologies. I got that one wrong.
Q froze, not on the team this season. Had a great goal in Monterey to help propel the Empire Strykers above the Monterey Flash. And we look at last season, winning down in Mexico for any team is difficult. And while the Strykers weren't successful in Chihuahua or Monterey, they have stuff to build upon. At this point, it doesn't look as if they are going to climb the hill and beat the Baltimore Blast, but with such a new and young team, with a brand new head coach, with players that are looking to build chemistry with each other, this is a team that you're going to have to evaluate piece by piece and quarter by quarter. Gerardo has it, getting by Pereira. He has a shot deflected out by the Blast. Approaching 90 seconds left to go in this game. Look, we knew it was going to be a challenge for Paul Wright. We knew it was going to be a challenge here in the Empire. Oh, and there's a shot, and Quentin Swift, Q Swift scoring. And that's the whistle, that's the buzzer. He looked over at the official, wasn't sure if he scored. But Doctor, I'm confident in asking you, give us the news.
Quentin Swift with the goal. Quick tap into the open net there. Fantastic job by Q. There, goal disallowed. Goal disallowed, excuse me. It is not a goal for the Strykers. They are calling a drop.
Let's take a look at the replay. We were mildly confused. We heard the goal buzzer go off.
I have no idea why it is a drop ball or what is the call here, folks. Someone in the chat, help us out here.
Ryan Sigich, where you at, my friend? That's certainly going to be a play that's going to go on.
Oh, they're saying that the ref made contact with the ball, and that ends the play. It is contact with the ref. Wow, that is a huge blow to the Strykers. Not that it would have changed the outcome today, but I feel bad for Quentin Swift, who was looking at his first goal of the season, getting robbed by the official.
Ball comes in.
I mean, one thing about having an extra referee out this year that is an extra opportunity for contact, which in some cases whistles the ball dead and in some cases does not.
Less than 60 seconds left to go here in this game. Can the Strykers get one look, last look on goal to maintain some respectability? Not to say that there isn't any, but they would love to cut into this lead. Stinson has it. Stinson with a shot deflected and out of play. It's going to be a restart for the Strykers. Ball comes into Brandon Gomez. Gerardo has it. Back into Stinson. Less than 30 seconds to go in this game. Mijatovic looking to make his move. Mijatovic with a shot off of the boards. Fabian, the guy. Mo Guy threading the netting. Cutting into the lead. A big goal for Momo. Doctor! Momo scores. Give us the news.
Well, at the end of the day, the score finds its way to 7-5. Despite the adjudication earlier, Mo Guy fires this one. Goes double pits to Chesty as that one goes off the chest. Back to Mo Guy, top bins in the middle and puts it away.
Not only has Marco Fabian scored a goal in this game, Marco Fabian gets an assist for Momo's first goal of the season. And while that isn't going to be a goal in a winning effort, still a big-time play and something that the Strykers can look to build upon. Less than 3 seconds to go. Fabian has it. Fabian with a shot off the right. And that's going to be the whistle, folks. That is the end of the game. The Baltimore Blast are going to hang on. Congratulations to them. They have gotten their first win of the season, spoiling the home opener for the Empire Strykers. Score 7-5.
You know, a great performance by the Strykers. They're really starting to get some stuff going in the right direction. You can see the ideas coming together. Ultimately today, it was not enough to take down the Eastern Conference champs. The Baltimore Blast, after stumbling out the gates, put it together, get their first win of the season. Congratulations to Baltimore. They put out a heck of a performance today and some absolute golazos on either end, my friend.
A heck of a performance. Look, Baltimore was always going to be a dangerous team. Despite what they had going on in the offseason, they still have so much tremendous talent on the turf. And as far as the Empire Strykers are concerned, they're going to look to learn and build off of this. Look, they weren't very adept at scoring goals in the first 2 games of the season. Only 3 goals in the first 2 games. They had 8 against St. Louis, 5 against a very talented Baltimore Blast team, and you just have to evaluate this team piece by piece, quarter by quarter. Again, so many players that have not played indoor soccer and only 6 players that have featured for this team last season. The chemistry is going to improve as the season matures.
I couldn't agree more. I mean, highlights of the night to me, Marco Fabian getting a goal and assist, the first 2 points of his MASL career. Claudilna as well, too, getting his second goal of the season. Gerardo Jurado getting his second goal as well, too. Stefan Mijatovic stepping up, but we're going to go ahead and head pitch side with Panda right now to get a few words from Marco Fabian.
Hey guys, I am here with Marco Fabian, a legend to the outdoor game, no doubt, playing in Liga MX, Bundesliga, MLS, and now you find yourself here in the MASL. First, talk to me a little bit about what your experience was like tonight.
Yeah, it's a big experience. I'm so happy to be here. I'm so happy to play my first game. I'm really different, of course, and I just try my best to help my team. And I think, like I said before, and I come step by step. I have to training, I have to know the rules, I have to know everything. Everything is new for me, but I'm so happy and I'm excited for the next game.
Well, you certainly have adapted well. You had 2 assists, I believe, and a goal tonight. How did it feel to get yourself in the scoring column?
Well, for my first game, I feel good, but like I always say, the most important is when the team won. So today, I'm not happy because we lost, but I hope the next game will be different. I know it's the beginning of the season, and we will work for the next game. It's just thinking about it Sunday.
I know that time usually is what a lot of people need on the turf to get to know each other. Do you see you guys coming together more as a team as you guys get to learn each other and how you guys each play together?
Yes, of course. We have a lot of important players on the pitch, on the team, and like I said, if everyone just work together, you stay together, and just go to the same way, I think it's the most important for the team, and of course everyone is here to win. No, I say before I come here to be a champion, so it's step by step, it's my achievement.
Lastly, there are a lot of people here tonight that I know showed up just to see you play, and you definitely gave them a show. Is there anything you'd like to say to the fans out there that came to see you, and can you tell them to come back?
Yes, of course. I'm really happy, and thanks for coming. No, I receive a lot of message for the fans. And like I say, California, I feel like my second home, and right now we can share a lot of big time. So I invited for the next games, and you stay together and enjoy. Because the most important is that, is enjoy the time, enjoy the moment, and enjoy the biggest show, that one.
Well, we certainly enjoyed watching you play tonight. Congrats on a good game, and hopefully we'll get a good result on the next time.
Thank you, hopefully, and again, thank you for coming, and thank you for the opportunity.
All right, thank you guys. I'll let you get back to the guys and get some rest.
I need it.
All right, thanks guys. Back to the booth.
Thank you very much, Panda. And you just heard Marco Fabian in his MASL debut. And I would say he had a very successful and strong start in what is a very young and rookie career. It's wild. A player who's had over 300 professional games in his career, scoring his 81st goal professionally, but 2 assists and 1 goal. For a player who has not played indoor soccer, I'm going to say that Marco Fabian looked pretty darn good today.
I mean, absolutely. I mean, his golazo was maybe not the most dramatic of goals, but at the end of the day, he found himself a goal, 2 assists, 3 points on the day. Fantastic work by Fabian. Looking to see more from him throughout the course of the season as well, too. Home team ends up out-shooting their opponents 22-17 tonight, but ends up looking up the wrong side of a 7-5 scoreline. It is the Baltimore Blast who claim this one. Home opener and debut of Cloud spoiled this evening. Marco Fabian's wonderful night. Unfortunately, rug pulled out from him by the Baltimore Blast tonight.
The golazos, without a doubt, scored by Claude Dielna and Patrick Thompson. Look, the first star of the game going to Moy Gonzalez. 1 goal, 2 assists. Juan Pereira with a brace. Baltimore came in wanting to provide a message to this league that even though they've had some tumultuous things going on in the offseason, they're a team to be reckoned with. They won their first game of the season on the road, which in this league is a tough thing. The Empire Strykers are looking to build off of what was an important game, and well, we still have plenty of season to go. I still think it looks rosy for the Strykers.
Well, we'll have to wait till Sunday night versus San Diego to find out. On behalf of myself, Jonathan, the voice of Empire One, Christian Philly Philemon, his fantastic wife, Amanda, the Panda Philemon, down on the sidelines. We would like to thank all of you for tuning in on Twitch today. Thank you so much and have a lovely night.
We'll see you on the 28th. Nothing but love. Philly and the Doctor, we out.